And we here. Oh, let's wait for it to kick on. Okay, and we're here. We're in it. So thanks for everybody for tuning in. It's Charlie with Mountain Man Digital, and I'm here today to actually tell you guys why corned beef is garbage. No, I'm just kidding. But my boy Andrew with Elevated Media, he hit me up and was wondering why corned beef was so expensive this year. And I immediately replied with, why aren't you just buying brisket anyway? Because, like, I grew up working at a barbecue joint in town, and we would make the best smoked brisket. And so, like, brisket sandwiches, everything's so good. Corned beef, like, I get it because it has, like, that cured meat flavor and texture, which is kind of fun with the cabbage and the potatoes. But, like, come on. Why not just brisket? Right, especially now that it's wicked expensive. Like, it used to be cheaper, so, like, I get it. But anyway, Google my business. All right, guys? If you want to vote in the poll, I made one because it just made me laugh. But Google my business is the name of the game for what we're talking about today, okay? So let's get a feel for what Google my business is, why you want to use it, and then I'll tell you the exact steps that we use to hack it so that you will get leads in the 5s and 10s and 20s within a week or two, okay, instead of months. So when I look up, say, restaurants near me, now you guys have a vague idea of where I live, but you'll see that there are these 3 restaurants that are near me. And this is an important thing to look at, okay, because this is grabbing my location. I live right around here. Right? And that's literally just drawing a box around me that has the most restaurants in it. And the funny thing is, guys, is this is probably all of the restaurants that are within X location of me. Okay? And this is because Google starts like this, and then you can zoom out. Sure, now I got a bunch. But this Maps 3-pack, okay, this thing you see right here, what these are people's Google My Business accounts. Aha, we're looking at the wrong thing. There we go, y'all. Sorry about that. Okay, so what I was explaining there just a second ago, let me double check here. Here's restaurants near me. So I typed into Google. I got these 3 records, right? Pretty much I got these guys because they are the only 3 restaurants near my house. It was zoomed in just like this. Boop, boop, boop. That's it. Hot Harry's, Dalton Restaurant, Angelina's. And I know very well that they are the closest 3 restaurants to my house because I frequent all 3 of them. And they're all delicious in their own special way. Okay? So how can one, let's say they open up a restaurant on Oak Street, just because we're looking at this map here, how could one, say, break into this Maps 3-pack? Because if you're a brand new restaurant, right? And actually, there is a brand new restaurant that's like right here. Its name is Patty's, and they're actually excellent. And a little bit up here, actually. They're like right here. Their name is Patty's, and they are an excellent, excellent pub. They're not on here. There's also another restaurant like down a side street over here that I take my wife to fairly often. We walk to it, and that one is, can't remember the name of it. Why? Probably because it doesn't show up here. Now, this is very interesting because it doesn't look like they're on here at all, okay? And this is what I mean when I say that this thing's so easy to hack, because they aren't even giving themselves a chance. There is no Patty's Google My Business listing. There is no that other pub that I go to with my wife, Shire Brew House. There we go. They aren't even on here. So they don't even have a chance to get people to just search them and go there. I bet there are people who live in this neighborhood right here who don't know about either of those restaurants. And it's because they don't have a Google My Business, which is free, okay? So that's what Google My Business is, and that's why you need one. Now let's talk about how you can hack it so that you can be Patty's, that's just down the street, and you can break up above a restaurant that has 196 4.4 star average reviews, right? Because that seems untenable. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, if you guys want a paper copy of this, If you're looking for an exact total step-by-step list, I have a comprehensive blog post on my website. Just ask in the comments and I'll link it down below. So here is the back end of your Google My Business profile. Now, if you literally don't have one of these, what you're going to see when you log in is they're going to have you fill in some basics about your business, and then they're going to mail you a postcard at the address that you put in with a verification code. And that code is the key to verifying your Google My Business profile. So if you look here, you can see I have this little verified check. That's really important. Okay, so that is the first step, is to get your postcard, get everything set up. Okay, now you have a couple little fun ads up here, right? New ways to manage stuff. They do give you advertising credits if you want to use Google Ads. Okay, your COVID-19 special stuff, things like this. Okay, now the next thing that you need to set up when you're working through this is going to be your general info. It used to be all on one page. That's why I paused there for a second. Okay, so your service areas, the times of day that you're open, your phone number, a short code like this, very, very important, your website, right? And now you can even add stuff like products, appointment links, right? And then, of course, your services, okay? And this is very important. You want to have all of your services listed so that when people search for restaurant near me, pub near me, brew house near me, catering near me, anything like that, you're going to show up, okay? This is the first step, and it is the most important step. It's like getting suited up to play football, right? You got to have all the gear on if you want to play the game, okay? So you can also add a small explanation of what your company does, and of course you can add photos. Now, if you're a sit-down place, right? I'm not really, so I've always struggled with this for my own business, but I should just throw up some pictures of myself. You want to take pictures of the inside of your business, right? If it's a restaurant, take a picture of the tables, take a picture of the bar, take a picture of your friendly, happy staff. If it's a doctor's office, waiting room, exam rooms, your staff, right? Same idea. You want to have stuff so that people are like, oh, this looks really nice to go to. Another really big hack, if we go here, right, is instead of like these pictures right here, what you actually want to do, nobody did it here, that's so funny, is you want to take a picture of the outside of your property with like a common landmark in the background, off to the side, whatever it might be. And when I say common landmark, I mean like Angelina's here, right? There's a gas station across the street, right? Like, you get that in the shot, right? Or actually, the easiest one is like Cumbies is right here. So, like, take a shot of Angelina's with Cumbies in the background, you know, with the big giant gas sign that everyone always sees. And they go, oh, it's next to Cumbies, right? And then they know where your restaurant is. Very, very simple trick. But it's the easiest way to get people to pick from one of these three, right? Because you're like, if you're searching restaurant near me, you're trying to figure out what to eat, right? And the less decisions you have to make, the easier it's going to be for someone to click on it. And they go, Angelina's, oh, it's next to the Cumbies. I know where that is. Beep. And they didn't even want sandwiches. It's just easier. Like, that's a very, very simple hack that when you implement will get you more leads, okay? So that's the way that you use photos, okay? Make sure that you have click-to-call set up, okay? Interesting that my call history isn't working. That's something I got to fix. I might not have any calls through my GMB. And the next item that you want to do is to create some posts, okay? I don't have any posts on my Mountain Man Digital, so I'm a bad boy. But it's very, very simple, okay? So you can make an offer post. You can make a what's new post, right? You have a new client that you put a roof on their house. You have a new testimonial you want to share. etc., etc. You can post that stuff here, right? Events, new products, all of these things can be posted on your Google My Business. And if we go back here, and click on Angelina's, and this is their profile that a user would see if you go all the way in, they do have photos, right? They do have posts. And this is very important. Like, this would be an excellent shot, better than the one they have, for the first photo of their GMB. Because you're like, oh, they're next to that AJ Schnapp construction office right there. I know where that is, you know. And you can see here that some of these are user posted. God knows what that is. Some of these are just people being like, hey, we're at Angelina's, right? And it has a nice organicness to it. And it's a really easy way for you to jumpstart your profile, is motivate your staff, motivate yourself, motivate your customers to get you photos so that you get that great organic feel, because that is what will make your site or your Google My Business rank for stuff like restaurants near me. Very, very important, right? Photos are one of the primary lifebloods of the GMB. Okay, so that's the next piece there. Now let's dig into the big one. We all know what it is. Reviews. Okay, you guys have to get reviews, because if you look here, right, Angelina's has 99, count them, 99 reviews. That is a lot, right? You cannot compete with 99 reviews starting from fresh. It's going to take too long, right? Chili's Grill and Bar, 446. Merciful heaven, okay? But let's dig into why Chili's would have 446 and you have 0, and Angelina's only has 99. Let's dig into that a little. I almost guarantee that Chili's has like a corporate-wide review us on Google and get a, right? And get us something. I almost guarantee, right? And you come in and show them your Google review, and they give you a $10 off coupon or something, right? And that's perfectly fine. You can totally do that. Now, you cannot ask for favorable reviews. You can just ask for reviews. But like, most people have a good time when they go out to eat. Most people enjoy the products that you give to them. That's why you're in business. So the next piece, if you really want to hack this, okay, is two things: getting reviews and using click momentum, okay? And we're going to work that using posts and also using reviews. Okay, so let's take a look at the whiteboard. Let's ship on over to the whiteboard, y'all. Hacks! I like that. I thought it was fun. Okay, so we're going to run a two-pronged attack, everybody. So I think the restaurant near me one is a great example because they have 100 reviews, right? So the first thing we're going to do is posts, and then we're going to come up with a review strategy. Okay, so let's start with the posts. Posts are real easy, okay? If you post it on Facebook, post it on GMB. If you post it on Insta, post it on GMB. If you post it on YT, post it on GMB. So basically, anything that you post, be sure to also post it on your Google My Business. Okay, very, 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 very important. Because if you start to do this, Google will give you more traction locally, right? It's a very, very easy way for you to show them that you are motivated to use the platform, and then they reward you for that. Okay, it's pretty simple. Plus, having more stuff on your Google My Business will just give potential customers more stuff to look at, which makes them want to buy from you more. Okay, this is a very, very simple thing, and it's literally free. Now let's talk about a review strategy. And to do that, we'll need to head back to our GMB profile. Here we are. And what we want to do is get our short link. They move this darn thing all the time. Let's go to info. That's probably where it's hiding. Appointment links. So somewhere hiding in here, y'all, is going to be our short link. Here it is. Share our business profile. And if we... No, this isn't what I want it to do. Links to ads. Maybe it's in settings now. We're going to find it. Info. Yeah, I know I can do that. Share your business profile. You can mark yourself as permanently closed. Don't do that if you're trying to get leads. Isn't that interesting? So, insights. No. Reviews. Calls. Oh, I think you can actually send a direct review link. Can't you? My goodness. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so I'm going to motivate you all. It used to be right here. I don't know why I can't find it. I'm probably looking past it. Create a post, add a logo, share your business profile. There it is. You left click on it instead of right click. You used to have to right click on it. So you copy this link. This is your Google short link, okay? And this is a great thing for you guys to drop in the signature of your text. If you still use a text signature, because you do a lot of texting with random clients, you want them to remember your name. Great hack. You can also put it in the signature of all of your company emails. You can also text it to people, okay? And this is where you really want to start to dig into a process, okay? So we have the weapon that we need to use to get our reviews, okay? Now what you need to do to actually get these reviews, right? Because how many of these things have you watched where they're like, get the reviews, see ya, is you need to have a script. I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy right now. Must be like a hair on my microphone. Okay, so you want to have a script, okay, for happy clients. And this is going to vary from industry to industry, company to company, person to person, okay? So like an example for a restaurant, right, is 1771 is your total, ma'am. And if you take a look right here at the bottom of your receipt, you can see our Google short link. And if you go there, give us a review. The next time you come in, show us the review on your phone. We'll give you $10 off your next order. Oh my God, that sounds great. Thank you so much, right? So something like that for a sandwich shop, for a pub, right, where you have table service and you work that in, right, and then come up with a game, okay, and this is the next part, is you have to gamify it. And even if you're a one-man crew, gamify this because you'll never, ever do it otherwise, okay? Be like, all right, if I get 10 reviews this week, I'm going to treat myself and go out to dinner. Right, if it's just you, or I'm going to treat myself and buy a video game that I wanted. Whatever it might be, right? Give yourself a treat for hitting the goal, because especially as you start this, right, it's going to feel a little spurious, but here's the crazy thing, okay, is that as you get more reviews, as you work your script, what you're going to see is you get 5 reviews, you get 10 reviews, you get 20 reviews, and all of a sudden, come on now. Why won't this switch cameras for me now? There we go. And then all of a sudden, what you'll see is you're going to bump right up this. And even though you'll have 15 reviews, you're going to be above Angelina's Submarine Shops for a week, for 5 days, for 2 months, for a year. You know, it changes. But this is the way that you break into these areas, and Google will reward you because of your two-pronged attack. Because of your two-pronged attack of posts and reviews, okay? Other things that you can do, right, to get more reviews, okay, is you add it into email, you add it into your tech stack, right, SMS, calls, okay, and in calls, I mean walk people through it on a phone call, right? If you oftentimes do like a post-mortem call with a client after you install a roof, after you do a big dental exam, right, work it into the call. Hey, I just texted you the link to our Google My Business. If you give us a review, it'd really help us out. Let me know if you have any questions on how to do it. Reviews are the lifeblood of our company, and I really appreciate anything you can do to help us. Something like that, right? These are simple ways that you can take reviews and not only actually turn them into a very, very effective way to grow your business through the GMB, but you can also get realistic feedback. Because for a lot of companies, they get stuck and never get great feedback. Why aren't my clients coming back? Why are they coming back, right? And it's never quite clear. So this is also a great way to start to motivate your staff into receiving feedback so you know how your company's doing. So it's good all the way around. All right? And one last word on gamification. I would say if you have a staff, this is more important than anything else on this entire thing, right? Because you could say to yourself or even your management staff or even your team, we're going to focus on Google My Business and getting reviews. And everybody's going to go, that's someone else's job, okay, unless there's stakes, right? So, you can have all sorts of different ideas here. Once again, it's specific to your company. But I would say that this, even though it's at the bottom of our little tree here, is the root of the tree. This is the thing that will actually make it work for your company. Is you have to have gamification. You have to be motivated to actually do these things, right? And I would even like to really drive it home, I'll put it down here too, right? You also need to gamify this, right? Can I get a Facebook post on the GMB to get more views on GMB than Facebook? Can I make it more interesting? Can I post 10 times a week on both platforms? Okay? And then how are you going to treat yourself? What reward are you going to give yourself? Because this stuff gets kind of tedious. But if you stick with it like in a daily practice for a week, 10 days, 20 days, you will see real results. All right, guys. So that's what I got for you today. I hope you really found it useful. If you're ready to blow up your business now and you want to get a one-on-one analysis of your GMB and your website and how it's showing up to Google, I'll be doing free one-on-one strategy sessions for the rest of February. Just go ahead and click the link in the comments, which I will put right now. And go ahead and schedule a time when you want to talk to me. It'll take about 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and walk through in detail everything that I see that's working and not working in your business currently for its marketing. I'm going to show you different things that you can do with your team for free to grow your business in the next couple weeks. And then if there's anything in my paid world I think makes sense, I'll fill you in on it and the price and the terms. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. I hope you found this video useful. I'll see you in the next one.